don't slam fire doors, or bring slippers, leave room in your freezer. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm back and I'm ready for it all over again. Sorry that I've not been on YouTube for quite a few months. I can't remember when I think my last video was my room tour or something like that, but yeah, I haven't been on YouTube all summer or since the end of the university year really, because I had a little bit of a strange summer, a little bit of a strange few months. But anyway, I know everyone that's starting university or going back to university is basically going back within the next week. I know I'm going back on the 14th. I thought I'd make a university advice video. I don't really know what I'm going to call this video yet, but yeah, I've already done my first year at Canterbury University in Kent, and so I feel like I kind of don't really still know what I'm talking about, but I feel like I can maybe help some people that are starting university. And I'm going into my second year and I'm studying graphic design. Why not just do a little university tips video? And I'm sorry that my mirror is in the background. I know it's probably distracting that you can see my head, and it's distracting me too, don't worry, let's ignore it. My first piece of advice, which I'm really glad that I did, was in Freshers Week join up to a society or a sports team. This was a bit difficult for me because I don't really play sports like at all. I actually hate sports. I trialled for the netball team in my first week and that was a very traumatic experience. I lost 2 nails, not 1 but 2 nails. Yeah, I left halfway through because it was just traumatic for me. Don't do sports, and turns out I don't do netball either. I really hate netball now. Yeah, I think I spoke about this in my other video, but I ended up joining this snow sports team, which is skiing and snowboarding, and that was through my friend Georgia, who also skis. And I didn't even know there was a snow sports team, but she said let's go along to one of their social nights, and we did, and we made friends in there, and it was a good opportunity to branch out. And obviously you also have so many things in common. We've gone on the ski trip and things like that, and it's just something to sort of focus on socially. You'll find that sports teams and societies will go out every Wednesday night, and you just sort of have like a little group aside from your flatmates and things like that, which is really nice. You also all have things in common. So obviously there's lots of sports teams, but don't be put off if you're not into sports like me. There's also societies. I think in my university we have things like Harry Potter Society, Disney Society, I don't know what, a book society, whatever you're into, there is a society for it, trust me. So a lot of friends, I didn't have this, but a lot of my friends on their courses had societies for their courses as well, if that makes sense. So my friends, for example, was doing FRTV, and they had an FRTV society which they go to. So yeah, it's great fun, and don't be scared to just go along, because most of the people that are already in those societies really want to recruit the freshers, so they want you there, don't worry. Second tip is don't bring too much stuff to university like I did. I bought literally all of my wardrobe, and honestly I must have worn about 30% of what I bought. And not even just clothes, I bought so much stuff. I just bought so much stuff, and this year I'm going to be really minimal when I move back into university, because I simply won't have the room. My room's going to be a lot smaller. Also, when you move out, which you will be doing if you're in your first year, you'll move out probably like May time, April or May. You have so much stuff to move out, and it's such a pain in the arse. Moving in is lots of fun, you don't care, but when you move out, oh my god, you will regret it so much. Just bring your favourite things that you can't live without, and then some on top of that. Don't do what I did and just bought everything with just stuff that I don't even like or haven't worn in months, because you definitely won't wear it at uni. If you don't wear it at home, you're just not going to wear it at uni. That's a tip. Oh, one thing I will say though is bring like shoes to go out in, because they will get ruined. I think I bought obviously all my normal shoes, but I also bought a really old pair of Adidas Superstars. I think I showed them in one of my vlogs once, and they was just ruined. So bring like a pair of shoes like that you don't mind ruining basically, and that go with everything. This is a tip, maybe this is just me, right, but when you move into halls, obviously you have to share a kitchen, and you're going to be sharing a fridge and a freezer. You get your own cupboard, but you're going to share a fridge and a freezer. What I did was I filled up my freezer from day one with stuff that I was never going to eat. I think this is probably just me that did this. If you're anything like me that thinks you need that, could just put it in the freezer, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. My first day, I think, I went to Tesco's and I bought I don't know why I bought this, but I bought a bag of carrots, frozen carrots. Who buys frozen carrots? A bag of frozen broccoli, which I would never eat frozen broccoli now. I don't know why I bought it. I would only eat fresh broccoli. I've never eaten frozen broccoli. I think I ate it once. I bought 2 bags of that, which filled like basically half the freezer. And then I bought chips, which I ate all the time, so that's fair enough. And then I just had some things in there that I would never eat, and when it came to moving out, I was like, wow, this has been in here for almost a year, and I didn't utilise my freezer space. When you're just cooking for yourself, there's a lot of waste, not wastage, but there's a lot of food that gets left over, and you're going to want to freeze it, so make sure you just leave room in your freezer. Save it for things that you're actually going to eat, like chicken nuggets and chips, because let's be honest, you're not going to eat broccoli and carrots. Well, I didn't anyway. Okay, so number 3 is, I mean, maybe it's too late for this because I'm filming this video quite late, but don't buy a Freshers wristband. A lot of companies outside of the university will try and like sell tickets to Freshers before you even get to university. I think on like Facebook, and honestly it drives me insane seeing these people post on the university Facebook groups, buy your tickets now, they're selling out. Don't buy any tickets for anything until you get there, because you don't know until you get to your city or your university that place is even legit. You don't know where it is. It could be ages away from where you are. You've never heard of it. 2, you don't know if your new friends are going to even be going to those places. What happened to me is I bought 1 ticket for something and we went and it was fine, and then I bought a ticket for another thing, but on that night we actually wanted to do something else, so I never used that ticket and I never went to it. Don't worry about Freshers events selling out of tickets. If worst comes to worst, you can buy tickets on the day that you get there, and honestly it's not the end of the world. You do not need to buy tickets before you get to university. Even if the Freshers wristband is put on by your university, which mine was, you might end up not wanting to go to the... I bought the Freshers wristband, and by Wednesday I was written off and I didn't want to go anywhere, so yeah. So my next tip is know your limits when it comes to alcohol. Don't drink too much. You don't want to write yourself off for the rest of Freshers Week. Also, you're at university, you don't need to drink your weight in alcohol just in Freshers Week, because you're going to be doing it the whole year. So pace yourself. It took me a long time to work out my alcohol limit. I think it took me up till the Christmas term when I was being sick on my shoes outside of a pub and I had to be taken home at 11 o'clock. Don't be like me, just pace yourself throughout, not just Freshers Week, but the whole year. Next tip is bring slippers. When you go out of your room, you're going to want to have something on your feet, let me just tell you that. Do not want to go outside of your room barefoot into a shared space, i.e. the kitchen, and if you're sharing a bathroom, you absolutely definitely don't. I feel like a lot of people know that, but I'm just reminding you because you really can't forget that. Next one is try to go to all of your lectures. It's really very difficult. It's much easier said than done. Yeah, just go to your lectures. When you get towards the end of your first year, you'll start to, well, not even the end of your first year, probably end of your first semester, you'll probably start realising and noticing what lectures you can afford to miss and what seminars and blah 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 you don't want to go to. But my advice was just to go to as many as you can. Don't get me wrong, there's some days you're going to wake up and be like, save your skiving days for days when you really need to skive off, like when you're hungover or when you're ill or something like that. This isn't really a tip, this is just advice. Just be prepared that you are going to be tired 90% of the time. I have never napped so much than when I was at university, because it is really tiring, especially in your first few weeks or even months, because you're adjusting to your timetable, you're adjusting to your new social life, you're adjusting to living somewhere new as well, which is difficult. All of my days started at 11 AM, so I had a nice lie-in every day. Well, actually I didn't even class that as a lie when I was at university, but now I would. But anyway, 11 AM, I used to come back at 3 PM. I used to nap from about 4 till 6, get up at 6, maybe eat something, maybe eat my carrots, and then I would go out, and that really is just not good. That probably made me more tired than if I just had a normal routine. So maybe it's just me, but yeah, just be prepared, you're going to be really tired and it's going to wipe you out for basically the best half of your time at university. Even if you don't go out that much, you're going to be tired because it's exhausting. It's exhausting to study a degree, that is what I'm trying to say. So if you haven't already, open up a student bank account because they are great. I don't know, I have friends at university that don't have a student bank account and I don't know how they do it, because it's maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was a lifesaver. That overdraft in my first year was a lifesaver. I opened up my bank account with HSBC and they gave me a Amazon gift card, and Santander give you a free rail card, which is really useful if you're going to be going to and from uni, visiting home via the trains, because it actually does help. I wouldn't pay for a rail card because I don't think it's worth it, but yeah, if you can get a free one, that's good. And also overdrafts. Just accept that you're going to be living in your overdraft. Accept it. Enjoy it while you can, because it's a free overdraft and there's no interest on it. You don't have to pay it back for 3 years. You'll never have this opportunity ever again in your life. So make the most of it. Don't stress that you're in your overdraft. That being said, learn to manage your money. It took me a very long time to learn that. I'm still learning how to do that, and I'm 21 and I'm still learning how to manage my money. Some people are better at it than others, but yeah, don't be afraid of getting a student bank account and being in your overdraft. That's the whole point that they're there. They know that students have to live in their overdraft, or have to at least go into it somewhat. I don't think I started using my overdraft until Christmas time. Even if you're good at managing your money, you know you've got your backup overdraft if you need it, because going to university is blimmin' expensive. My next tip isn't really a tip, it's just, again, advice, is don't worry if you don't really get on with your flatmates, or you might get on with them but they might not be like your best friends, because that's fine. A lot of people making like best friends with their flatmates, which is fine, it's great if you do, but don't worry if you don't, because don't forget you also have your group of friends from your society, if you join one, or sports team. Also, I never mentioned, but you can join more than one society or sports team. You have your friends from your course, and also friends that you just meet through other friends, and that does happen a lot at university. It might not happen back at home, but at university you will end up in a random person's flat, a random person's bedroom. No, start that again. You will end up in social situations where you find yourself amongst new people all of the time. You will make friends very easily because it's a social place and it's nothing like anything I've ever experienced before. It's not like being at home. What was my original point? Don't stress if you don't find all of your friends in your flat. Georgia, my best friend, she did live at the other end of the corridor to me, so I was lucky. One of my neighbours was my best friend, but my other two best friends I met on my course randomly, just by chance actually. I met one of them on the first day, Jack, and my other friend Henry I met, we was actually me and Jack was actually walking down the road, and Henry was talking to us or something, and we was like, who is he? And turns out he's on our course, and me and Henry clicked, and now we're sharing the same flat this year. So you'll find friends anywhere and everywhere. Don't worry if you're not best friends with people in your halls. It can be difficult to get on with people that you live with, and it is kind of like a forced situation as well, because you had no choice. Well, some of you might, but generally speaking, you haven't got a choice of who you live with in your first year. But that's all part of the experience, and it's very character building. You learn to live with people, and you learn that you don't like living with other people. It's all part of the fun, and if you really hate it and they're really awful, ask to move rooms. Another bit of advice is be prepared to get freshers flu. I never get ill, I really don't. I never ever have colds or anything like that. I'm very immune to things like that, and I don't know why, because I'm not healthy or anything. I tend to not contract anything. I think I did actually get quite ill. For one or 2 days I was just in bed the whole time. I don't know if that was freshers flu, I'm assuming that it was, but it wasn't in freshers. It was about a month after freshers. I think my body had just sort of calmed down and was like, whoa, what are we actually doing here? And then I got really ill, but it happens. Just make sure you take things with you like ibuprofen and whatever else you take when you're ill. You're coming into contact with a lot of new places, environments, a lot of new people. Also on top of that, you're going to be going out drinking way too much and not having probably that much sleep, so it's only inevitable that you're going to get ill, so just be prepared for that. Remember to bring all of your important things, such as like your passport and your university acceptance letter, proof of address. I can't really remember what I needed when I joined. I took my passport with me and kept it with me at university. I didn't want to leave it at home, I wanted it with me just in case. Also, you do need it when you sign up to, when you enrol on your first day or your first Sunday of university, you enrol. and you're going to need your passport then, and you're going to need your acceptance letter. You might need something else. Double check with the university, because you're going to need that so they can prove that you're a real person and sign you up to their system and things like that. As the year goes by at university, everyone gets a little bit more comfortable. Some people get too comfortable. Just make sure you and your flatmates are cooperating as a team. If you don't get on in the first instance, make sure you still at least cooperate as a team when it comes to cleaning and general maintenance of your flat. Coming in late and slamming doors, that was a fucking massive one for me. Oh my god, especially if you've got new accommodation and you have fire doors. Do not slam those doors. I did. I can't say I never slammed a door, but if it was like past the hours of 10 PM, if I was coming out of my room or coming into the flat, I closed the door like this. I didn't just leave it for it to slam. That is really inconsiderate and rude. Don't slam fire doors, or don't let them slam themselves. Our university halls, I don't know what they were doing, but we had a housekeeping team that would visit every 2 Tuesdays, so every fortnight. When we moved in, they had a rota on the pinboard in the kitchen saying, and then all of our room numbers, whose job it was that week. Does that make sense? So room 4's job that week would be to like sweep the floor, room 3 would be like empty the toaster, I don't know, things like that, and then they'd inspect it, and then if that hadn't been done, that person would get a notice, and then if they hadn't done it after the notice, the next day they would have been charged or something. I can't actually remember, it was something like that, but that system was absolutely ridiculous because, you know, it doesn't work like that. All I'm trying to say is try and work out something between you and just all get involved with it. Our biggest problem in our flat last year was that no one ever emptied the bins. It was 4 floors down, to be fair, and then a walk across the courtyard to get to the where you empty the bins. I can't remember, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, we had 3 bins. We ended up with about 4 because someone brought one in from their bedroom, and so we just started using that. I made any excuse not ever to go in the kitchen. I used to get Uber Eats so I didn't have to go in the kitchen and make food in there, because that's how bad it was. Don't let it get like that. You need to speak to your flatmates and sort something out. My last tip is laundry bag. Bring a laundry bag. I don't mean a laundry basket. You need a laundry basket where you put your dirty clothes, and then you're going to need a laundry bag to take your dirty laundry down to the washing machines to wash them. I used to see people taking their whole laundry baskets down to the washing machines. I don't know how they did that, because maybe I'm too organised, but I had to organise all of it by colours, and then I'd put all my underwear in little zippy bags so it didn't get lost. But washing machines in university are massive, and your socks will get all lost down the sides and that, so maybe get those zippy underwear bags. You can get them off of Amazon, and I just put all of my underwear in there so it doesn't get lost, or anything small like socks in there, and then I'd put it all in a massive, do you know those like Sainsbury's bag for life bags? I'd put all of it in there, and I'd put a little capsule, little aerial capsules in there. I'd put my Lenore Unstoppables in the bag, like the actual beads in the bag, and then I'd bring my fabric conditioner in its bottle down, and then chuck it all in, put the fabric conditioner in, bam, done. Put my timer on my phone, go back upstairs, forget all about it. No, I'm joking. Never forgot about my laundry. I was there as soon as it finished because I was so scared of someone touching my clothes. Having the audacity to open my washing machine. I was always there on time when it finished. I never risked anyone stealing my expensive clothes. Joking. Yeah, anyway, the main point of that was bring a bag for life or something like that. Actually, I bought like 3 bag for lives. They are so useful. They end up being really useful. You use it for other things other than laundry. You just end up using bag for lives. I don't know how, but I've lost all of them now, but they were great for laundry. Get the massive ones for laundry, and it's great. And also they're really helpful for when you move in, for carrying things like pots and pans and plates and things like that. Don't be one of them people that takes their whole laundry basket down and is just in a mess. Organise yourself and put it in a bag for life. Trust me, that's what everyone does. Well, most people, apart from people I told you about. One last thing is, I never did this in my flat, but I heard other people, what they've done is in their pinboard in their kitchen is everyone's phone numbers that lives in the flat, and everyone's parents' phone numbers that lives in the flat, because just in case of emergency, because obviously I would have thought that your security at your halls or your receptionist at your halls would have your parents' contact details, but I'm not too sure. Obviously it depends on each halls. My halls had 24/7 security, others might not, I'm not sure, but it's good to do anyway, because it's unlikely that anything will happen, but 720 something's living in the flat. What possibly could go wrong? Also, at university, don't be up your own arse, because I see this sometimes with, I only saw this a couple of times to be fair. Literally everyone I met at university was the nicest people ever, but especially girls I've seen this with. Don't be up your own arse. You know how well, at least where I live, if you go out, you get girls sort of like looking at you like when you're out and stuff like that for a night out, and they sort of think they're better than you. At university, that doesn't really roll. No one at university thinks you're cool. Popularity and being cool is not a thing at uni. If you can get out of bed, get to your lectures, brush your hair, people respect you for that. But yeah, if you're going to university this year, I wish you the best of luck in all of the world. You'll love it. Just be yourself, have fun. But I think I have spoken for long enough. I'm glad to be back. It feels weird. When I first started filming today, I felt like I was literally having my first day back at school. I'm probably more nervous filming this video than I'm going to be on my first day back at university. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you've got any questions about university or anything like that, leave them in the comments below. If you've got any more suggestions of any more videos that you want me to do, then let me know as well. I went travelling to France this summer and I did film it. It's not really a vlog, I sort of filmed it, you know, like a travel video. I filmed that and I've got so much footage. That was back in July and I'm still editing it because it's such a long video. I'm trying to cut it down, and it's not just the editing, it's the music as well. I'm trying to get the music right, the one that YouTube will allow, and also timing my clips to the music is the hardest thing in the world. Don't know how anyone does it, but I'm on a learning curve of that, and that's coming soon. Good luck. Good luck, that's all I can say. Good fucking luck, because you're going to need it. Good luck, and I'll see you in my next video.
Goodbye.
Have a good day.